What's up, Purple Fufu listeners? It is PFF _ regular season coming at you here with my buddies, PFF Vibes, aka Slimeball, and PFF host, aka Theorist. Checking in for episode 7. That's hard to believe, guys. 7 episodes already.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. I was like, yeah, I'm shocked we even started doing it at all, and people listen enough to get 7 episodes in here, which is fucking awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's even awesome when people are like, where's the episode at for this week? Like, yeah, I know I've said it plenty of times, but all the support, your guys' support means a lot to us. So, yeah, welcome to episode 7. We're going to get started here. Let's talk about that game on Sunday, huh? What a game. Like, I don't know, Kirk kind of balled out for us a little bit on Sunday.
Yeah, he did the standard Kirk thing of this year of, be good and not screw it up for us, which is really nice. It's been really refreshing.
Yeah, man. Like this game was honest. I had a lot of fun watching this game just because I've been curious the whole year how they would respond to adversity, because it's really easy to look at the team and how good the vibes are right now and get excited about it, and we should absolutely, but I'm curious to see how those things are going to look when we start losing games, because it's all sunshine and rainbows at 7-1, right? Like, there hasn't been a lot of adversity, and so to see them go into that Washington game, Washington's not a bad team. They've won, what was it, 3 or 4 in a row? I think 3 in a row.
Yeah, 3 in a row.
4 wins total in the year.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So they're a game under 500, but they're on a 3-game win streak. Defense is good.
Their D line is probably one of the best D lines in the NFL, and that's without Chase Young. Right. I don't know why everybody thought to begin with this game was going to be a shootout. Like, anybody who pays attention to football knows the Commanders have a pretty solid defense. Like, I'll admit.
Yeah. And like we had so many unlucky breaks that game. With the referee fucking sniping Cam Bynum on that interception try down the field, to the like weird bounce out of JJ's hands and the one-on-one look in the back of the end zone there. That bounced right into the defender's hands. Like, we had just a lot of weird shit like that we had to overcome, 3rd and longs that they did. And so, yeah, I mean, it's disappointing to see the offense have similar problems stalling in the second and third quarter that they have, kind of throughout the season. But again, it's a good defense, and you're going to have to be able to grind out games like this sometimes. I mean, the Bills don't score 35 points a game. It's a tall order. So to see them overcome those things and take charge late in the game, I was super, super pumped about that.
Well,
go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, the one thing I noticed, especially about Kirk, I think it was maybe the 4th quarter. Yeah, I think it was 4th quarter when we had like that super long drive. Was it Payne? Payne like fucking just speared him, and Kirk just stood in the pocket and just dropped it right into JJ. And I'm like, where has this Kirk been all year? We've been looking for this, and he's finally starting to show up again. So this is giving me hope that we're about to see a Kirk hot streak.
Yeah, hopefully. He seems to be entering his bag. I mean, we say it every week, right? He, like, working with Kevin O'Connell, he just continues to find his game. He continues to find confidence, and stuff like a bad pocket, it's not shaking him anymore. Stuff like interceptions or shitty plays, not shaking him anymore. Stuff like getting drilled by all pro level defensive linemen, it's not shaking him anymore. And he just continues to build up that mental resilience that I feel like we were promised a lot of over the offseason. So it's good to see it.
For sure. I like just continue to marvel at his pocket presence this year. I mean, it's just been so much better than it's ever been. He's always been known as like the statue guy, and I haven't seen that like at all this year. He looks like very, very comfortable and fluid. And I mean, that throw to Jettas to, put us in the driver's seat of that game on Sunday, that was a great fucking throw, dude. Like, I've seen him make a lot of really nice throws, and like I feel like I'm saying this every week now, but that was one of the better throws I've seen Kirk make in a long time. And so yeah, I'm really happy that I think he's starting to feel comfortable a little bit in the system, and we'll see, because we got some really tough games coming up. So I don't want to speak too soon, but he's been super impressive with the way he just continues to get better into his age, whatever, 33 season.
And that was one
Yeah,
of
I
those
don't.
throws that you hear Mackey and you hear all these critics saying, "Oh, you need Cousins to just make a throw," or like you pay your quarterback to make a throw. He's making throws. He's making those throws, and that's kind of what we saw there. That was such a cold play from him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know. I stepped away for a minute, so I don't know what Slimeball said, but I've noticed that Kirk is starting to get an awareness of the pocket more, and I've noticed he's starting to scramble and extend plays. If he has time to, I know sometimes that pocket falls apart real fast, but I've noticed when, especially starting at the Cardinals game that we went to, he was doing it well. But he's really starting to get that pocket presence again. So I think it's that confidence of him just playing his game and showing us what he can do. And I'm really excited, especially with the next like stretch of games. We have kind of tough opponents, so I think it'll be fun to see what he can do for us.
Yeah, it definitely helps having the best left tackle in the NFL, along with the Pro Bowl level right tackle. And you're right, the pocket isn't perfect every play. It does break down, but I think having those two guys really helps his confidence, especially knowing that like the interior is not always going to be perfect. It's especially not been always perfect this year. But just like I said, having Christian Darrisaw, man, it's got to make life so easy.
Dude, out of all the bad picks that Rick had for his last draft class, thank God he nailed it on that trade down and just still get Darisaw. Like Christian Darisaw is going to be hopefully one of our, like a franchise tackle for us. And I'm so excited because he just fucking bullies people on the field and it doesn't even look like he's trying. That's the best part. I don't know if you guys watch his film, but some of the highlights I see, it's just like he's kind of casually jogging and just like pushes people down. And I think that's the best part of his game for me.
I swear his get off the line, get off the snap isn't even that great. Like he just stands up and like stonewalls. Like there's really the technique is remarkable because he just makes it look so easy. It's hard to break it down. Like I'm watching it and I'm like, this is just a dude that's manhandling and dominating other men that are his size. Like the dude's a freak. And I have to say though, like him and Brian are really the stalwarts right now. And I think Ezra and Bradbury kind of played okay. I'm ready to to eat my crow on the Ed Ingram take because that dude, this is like 4 games in a row now that he's been like Samia level bad in pass pro. And I think I'm kind of falling into that camp that Forrester is into that. Like, we just don't really have time to wait for that right now.
Right.
There's a lot of developing that needs to happen. I mean, it's not like an overnight thing now that it's been whatever 4 or 5 games in a row. It's starting to be concerning a little bit.
Yeah.
There's no better option right now, so that's the problem.
Yeah, and I'll eat it too because I was even like, guys, let's just calm down. Like he's a rookie, we're gonna have growing pains. But with the way our offense, like with this, we don't have. You're right, we don't have time to wait, especially with this. Like we've been mentioning, this next couple stretch of games, we play some tough defenses. So we hopefully like he gets it figured out, or we have a better option. And I'll eat my crow on that. Like I'll totally eat my crow on saying like let's just give him some time to grow because he's had what 9 games now.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I'm going to say we should continue to be patient with him. In the so far unreleased live episode where we discussed the preview going into this game, I said that the only way the Vikings lose is if Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne have 2-on-1s or 1-on-1s on an Ed Ingram all day. And they did. I don't know who the defensive coordinator is for the Commanders, but he did a great job getting those 2 guys on Ed Ingram 1-on-1. And we saw it. They kicked his ass all day. And I mean, it didn't cost him the game, but it really cost the offense a lot of life. And I say all that in defense of Ed Ingram because Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen are all first team all pro level defensive tackles. And Ed Ingram is on game, that was his 7th, 8th game. Like I can't get mad at him. Like, yeah, he sucked and he's got to be way better. Not a whole lot of guys in the NFL are gonna shut those 2 down.
Right.
The way Darisaw shuts literally everybody down. To that point, I don't know that like it gets better. Like Chris Reed, sure, maybe.
Right.
Jesse Davis, like Oli Udo.
No.
Like
Yeah.
So,
Luke Braun.
I-
One more thing for me. Luke Braun suggested holding an open, like tryout, not an open tryout, a camp competition every week, and just seeing who wins out and going with that. I'm good with that, but I'm not ready to just totally give up on him. Sorry for
Yeah.
that long monologue.
no,
I
I
mean,
appreciate it.
you make some very solid points, but like I'm almost to that camp. Like the NFC is so wide open. I see both sides. I really do, and it's just like I struggle because the NFC really is so bad this year that it's literally wide open, and this could be our one run in a while, like to go on a deep playoff run. And I don't know. It's like maybe he does improve, but I don't know, man. It's hard.
I see. My perspective is less like move on from him right now because I agree that there's not really a better option. If Chris Reed were better, if Jesse Reed or Jesse Davis were better, they'd be playing. I think neither of those guys are like particularly old, and beaten up, whatever. So I'm less in the camp of move on from him now. I think I'm more just like looking ahead. Be open to it, right? Like don't necessarily look at him as your go-to guy at guard. Like you can look for an improvement there because I think this team is obviously really good this year, but it's sustainable into next year too if they can figure out some money things. Assuming that all the old guys don't like just completely fall off. So yeah, I mean, at this point, like you said, Ed's been eaten by some really good players, and he's been schemed
Yeah.
up against, and I'm absolutely sympathetic to that. I just wonder about long term. He should still be on the roster, obviously, and maybe he is the best option going into next year. But I think it's something to at least think about.
Right. I'm gonna go to a new point here. You talking about the old guys on our roster. Let's give it up to fucking Pat P and Harrison Smith because like the last
Oh, yeah.
couple of games, they like found the fountain of youth with this new coaching regime or something. Because Harrison Smith has had 3 picks in 3 straight games. That's or a pick in 3 straight games. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. I think everybody knows what I meant, but like that's a crazy stat. Like
He is a dog.
right. And Pat P is almost kind of playing our CB1 right now. So I don't know. I just like this defense is starting to finally click for us, and that's what we've all been waiting for, and it's finally happening.
Pat P
And
looks so good, dude. He looks like prime Pat P. He's like, what is he, like 4th or 5th in the league in pass deflections? Something like
something
that.
like that.
His
And,
better every
quarterback rating
week.
when targeted is like super, super low. I mean, yeah, he's been a fucking stud.
and
Thank God.
Za'Darius is like 2nd in the league for sacks or 1st in the league or something like that.
I think he's 1st in like hurries or pressures or one of those, and then he's 2nd or 3rd in sacks. Yeah, he's been dominant. And
Shout out
Janelle
to-
started to kick it up. I mean, they've been
Yeah.
awesome.
Shout out to Green Bay for Za'Darius contract this year.
Papa bless. Thanks for paying for him.
So do we have our 4th co-host here?
It looks like we do.
There he is.
There he
At Base
is.
Federal.
Hoops in the building. Finally, what's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm all right, just having a strange one tonight. My father, first of all, I woke up yesterday morning and apparently he left for Vegas.
Huh?
Not only this, but he took the vehicle of choice from me and left it in the parking lot in the Minneapolis St. Paul airport. So
You had to go get it, or were you on a quest tonight?
no, it's still there. It's still there. The other vehicle's in the shop. It's busted because the transmission's blown out. And so we're currently renting a Dodge Challenger. Is what's happening.
Okay, that's kind of sick though.
It is, but I just want my shit back.
What color? What color? What color is it? Is it a hot red?
No,
Sexy
it's not. Hold on, let me see if I have any. I got a photo.
Is it like a gray? It's probably a gray. Most
No.
Dodge Challengers I see are gray.
Hold on one sec. Let me see.
Renting is probably just the basic. Oof, while you're pulling that picture up, did you watch the game on Sunday, brother?
Oh my God, I was on my way back from Nashville, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
I got on the plane, like literally as kickoff was happening. We sat on the runway for a long ass time, and then
You pull up Stream East.
Hmm?
You pull up Stream East.
No, the plane Wi-Fi was goofy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So I missed everything and I landed and it was weird on 17-7 when I landed, right? And so what's his name? Somebody, I think his @ is fuck Joe Biden on Twitter. Biden's not my president, some shit like that. And he was giving me live updates. So shout out to him. Not my president's on Twitter. Let me know what was going on. Like play by play, consistent.
Hard hitting sources.
Yeah. So you like basically watched the game.
Yeah, and then I caught up. What actually I was supposed to like actually watch through it, so then I ended up going out on Sunday night.
Damn, box score watching just so you could go out later. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Just
I
doing
understand.
grinding the just bombs tape, bro.
I appreciate the box score watching. That's the move.
Yeah, we
these
know
days.
you do. We know you do.
Watch tape like an adult.
Yeah, come on now. Watch the tape.
Watch
Kirk
the-
Cousins, bunch of tutties. That's all that matters.
Dude, yeah, I'm telling you, we're about to enter Kirkvember, and he's about to have grills, man.
We're firmly in Kirkvember. I am stoked.
If Kirk gets grills, the league needs to watch out. That's all I'm saying. He's gonna be like Thanos with like the Infinity Gauntlet, but he's gonna have the Infinity Ice. Like, just he's coming for that MVP, baby.
He's gonna get more shredded every single week. By the end of the year, he'll be nothing but a chain.
Right? Did anybody know he was that shredded until that video?
He is peak dad bod. Where did that come from?
Right. That's
He
what
was
I'm
great.
saying.
Dude, and I think that he's probably got to have a lift off with Max Kellerman at the end of the year. He's got to put that little bitch in his place.
Yeah. Also,
I was talking mad shit for a guy with a sick ass six pack.
I want to give a shout out. I think he listens to us at Phoenix. His video was mentioned on Sunday Night Football this week. That was fucking wild.
You made it
That
big.
was nuts, dude. We are Vikings Twitter.
We are Vikings Twitter. So shout out to Phoenix. If you're listening, that was amazing, man. Your video just popped off instantly. Let's hope we get some more Kirk videos for you, Kirko.
Big Kirko.
Big Kirko.
Oh,
The
there he
legend grows
is.
the legend grows every week.
Did you guys catch the Darissa on field access tape?
Oh yeah.
When-
Dude, I was gonna bring that up earlier. It was so weird watching that and hearing him like grunt and like make like noises like he's giving effort, because when you watch him, it's so effortless. And I'm like, oh, so he is like trying.
Well, so I think it was one of the first touchdowns. Yeah, he was like, Kirk, go! I was like, oh my God, this like the vibes, I'm telling you, the vibes in this locker room are just off the charts. I don't know what it is about Kevin O'Connell, but like vibes are immaculate right now, and I'm loving it. I'd like you said, I want to see what happens if we do go on a 1 or 2 game losing streak. Like, how does this regime react to losing a game compared to when Zimmer was coach? Do we bounce back? Do we play down to our opponents? Because I personally think this year we haven't been like playing at our opponent's level, or like we're not matching our opponents like we've been used to, like playing at our opponent's level. So that's nice to see. We're beating bad teams and we're beating good teams. So
yeah, I mean, it's all been good to this point. It's these next couple of weeks are going to be like the real test, though, I think, because these are the real good teams. Like, I look at that, I saw that stat that we were one of whatever 5 teams that have played 4 or 5 or more teams that were 500 or better at the time of the game. And I just like really don't like that stat, because it makes you feel good about and you should feel good about the Vikings being so. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from it. I just want to be realistic too, and be like, just understand that this upcoming stretch is going to be way more challenging than playing 500 Lions in week 4 or whatever it was, and the 500 Cardinals. Like, that's kind of forget. But I'm super excited for it. Like, if we can get out of it 2-2, then I'll be super happy. You're sitting at what, 9-3 then. Yeah. So if they can even just squeak out a couple of these, I don't care how they do it. I don't care if it's pretty or ugly or fucking.
A win's a win.
A win's a win.
Good teams find ways to win.
Yep.
Everybody's like, that's so cliche, but it's like, it's true. Like,
Yeah. All right. Should we move on to shithead of the week and our very special guest?
yeah.
We
I think
absolutely
so.
should.
All right. Welcome in. We are so excited to have you, RastaPasta 9. Oh my goodness. We are honored to have you on the show tonight.
Awesome, fellas. I am so glad to be here. I'm excited to be on the show. Thank you very much for having me on.
You're,
Of course, dude. It's our honor. You're literally like, you're a legend. We've obviously, I think, all followed you for the past 2 years, at least as long as my account's been around. So this is like surreal for us. We're super pumped.
I'm just like, we have like one of the faces of Vikings Twitter on our podcast, and it's wild to think about right now. I'm just trying to put it all in perspective. But welcome to the show, man. So honored to have you on here. It's gonna be a fun time.
This is incredible. Very glad to have you here, Rasta.
It's good to be here. You guys are a great group, so I'm excited to be on. I'm honored that you guys chose to have me on. So let's get after it.
Let's do it. You got any thoughts on? Did you watch the game on Sunday? You watched the Commanders game?
I was not able to. I watched bits and pieces of it. I was stuck at a bar, and they were playing some of it, and then they'd switch channels. So I caught bits and pieces. I was not a fan of what I saw, though. It appeared from what I saw to be a very sloppy game from the Vikings. So that's a team we should have beaten by about 2 scores at the least. And, you know, every team has their off days, but yeah, it wasn't our best showing.
So I want to interject with that. I think the box score is fluky, because I don't know if you saw the play, Rasta, where the Cam Bynum was going for the interception and the ref ran into him. That led to an interception or a touchdown. So I think the box score would have been a 2-score box score or a 2-score game if the ref didn't take out Cam Bynum.
I forgot about that. I did see that on Twitter a few hours after the game when I was shit posting, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty bad. No, that was pretty awful. The ref needs to get out of the way.
Yeah, it was like a 50-yard pass too. He saw it coming. Like, he doesn't. It's not like it was like one of those. I understand when the judge is like in the middle of the field or whatever, and the quarterback, I don't know, he's trying to hit a crossing route and just smokes him in the face. I've seen that happen before, and that's funny. But like, come on, you had 50 yards to figure this out, and you're still in the way. I don't get it.
Dude, yeah, that's kind of an eternity, I would say. Like, at least a half an eternity to, like, you know, okay, this ball's up in the air. I see the parabola. I see my math teacher like drawing this out on the whiteboard right now. And, you know, all I got to do is take 3 steps out of the way, but I don't. I really want to see where this ball lands. My homework is dependent on this.
You said you won't use math in everyday life. I knew I learned that for a reason.
He turned, saw Cam Bynum, and he lowered his shoulder and ran.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the thing where I was like, come on, how did you not react better? Like, he put the shoulder down to drive through his chest and just took him out.
Right, because like if you go back and watch the play, Cam is eyeballing that throw, because like he was like, yeah, he threw a duck and I was going for the interception. Like he wasn't even paying attention to the judge. He was like, oh, he's probably not even going to be around me. And then boom, gets smoked right as he's getting ready to jump up for the ball. I was like, are you shitting me, man? Come on.
Those still pictures that have come out of that play, that ref looks like Brian Dawkins about to lay out some poor wide receiver. It's comedy. It's comedy that we won. If we lost, I would have been fucking tilted like you'd never believe. But
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know, imagine being that ref too. Like, you go home and, you know, your wife clearly isn't going to watch the game, because what is she going to do? Sit there for 4 hours and watch you like make a few calls? Absolutely not. She's got better things to do. And then like she's like, well, how was it? How was the game? And you're like, I made a game-defining impact. Like, I shouldn't have done that. like people are Googling my name right now as we speak.
Half of them are Viking fans, and then the other half are people that like bet real money on the game too. Yeah.
I bet real money on the game.
Yeah.
And I
Did you really?
lost. Yeah.
No. What was the line? What'd you have?
Oh, I had the money line, but fucking I had Kirk like 3 touchdown passes. Totally thought it was gonna happen. But
It
there
would have
was
if they didn't go completely dead in the second and third quarter like they do.
well that too, yeah. And if our receivers could have caught the balls too. Just gonna
be helpful.
yeah.
Rasta, so I've wondered this about you for I don't know for a long time, I guess, since I followed you. I was just curious if there's any like strange combinations of numbers that like come into your head, like a social security number or something along those lines.
Are you trying to steal my identity?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't do that to you. I was just curious.
I am negative 157,000 in the hole. Like you cannot make me feel worse about myself right now.
It's better than negative 167,000.
That's true.
Well, yeah, okay, all right.
Well, so Rasta, the thing you don't know is we all had to do this to be initiated onto the podcast. Even Forrester had to do it. So
okay. I'm collecting identities. I'm gonna get you all verified on Twitter though, don't worry.
So a random selection of numbers, right?
Yeah. I mean, any just random like social, like just a number collection that you would use like in a social security or even like a number.
Okay. I would say, all right, so a random collection, like, so are you just like a social security number sequence where you have 3-2-4? Is that what that is? That's what you're looking for?
Yeah, some along those lines. Or even like I said, like even like a cell number too. If you had like a 3-digit 4, that works too.
Okay. All right. So my social security number is 420 69
Okay.
42069. How about that?
That's perfect. Well, look for your verification on Twitter, and you don't have to pay me back even.
Rasta, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
All right. As someone who has experienced loss in their personal life and has gone through the grief of said loss, how are you coping with the death of Bob Netherlands?
Oh, dude, you really had to bring that up.
It's a hard time for all of us.
This is a supportive place. We do therapy. Usually it's couples therapy, but we can
amend it.
I will say this. I've known Bob Netherlands for about 10 years now, and he's had Twitter for I think about a year or two more than me. And so it was the way he was, that was freaking hilarious. Like that was so damn funny, man. Like time travel abortion prevention. If you gotta pick a way to go out, my gosh, that's the most Bob Netherlands way to go out.
Oh my god. When I saw that, I was dying, and then the next thing I know, somebody was like, guys, Bob's suspended. I was like, no.
That was the quickest turnaround I think I've ever seen.
Somebody on Vikings Twitter betrayed him, and I know that that's the case. I can't prove it yet, but somebody did. Somebody reported him. And they knew what they were doing.
There's a burner. There's a burner that says Bob Netherlands smoke pack, and I want to know who it is.
Dude, it might have been that guy. I don't know.
No, it was. He provided a screenshot of the report that was filed, and somebody.
Oh, what?
You did?
Okay, would that end up being the case? Okay, maybe
Yeah.
I probably quote tweeted that without even realizing it. So
You did.
Yeah.
You were like, we found his murderer or something like that.
A freaking murderer, and there's nothing we could do about it either. What are we going to do? Report that guy for reporting somebody?
Yeah.
Like
He already has
Elon
nothing to
Musk is gonna
lose.
say, piss off, Rasta. Like, go away. Like, I'm coming after you next. But Bob Netherlands will return. He will be resurrected.
Yeah.
I heard it here
Amen.
first. Let's go.
He's
That's what we
going to
needed.
come back, and he's going to be my running mate. And we're taking back Vikings Twitter from Forrester and Nick Breezy. We're doing it.
Oh,
Yes.
oh.
Hefty,
All right.
hefty words. See,
Hefty.
you have some strong third-party opposition this year, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I have an endorsement from Christian Dare, so I'm not sure if you saw that or not.
You know,
That's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
It's cute. I'll give you that. But like,
I call
we're gonna run the
collusion.
table, baby. We're gonna run the table, and there's nothing y'all can do about it. Like, we'll have our fight against Forrester, but Forrester and Nick. But you know, the last time we went up against Forrester and Nick, we had only a quarter of the followers that they did, and we lost by like 14%.
Okay.
And so, like, now I mean, well, I guess Bob died. We don't have
Oh,
the followers
no.
anymore. Oh my gosh.
Third
Okay.
parties have a chance.
If he comes back right before the Vikings Twitter election, nobody has a chance. I'm dropping out.
Yeah. I'll do the same. I'll do the same.
What are you talking about, dog? You can't do me like that.
Okay, I will. I'm a principled
Sorry.
man. I'm happy just stealing votes from anybody.
Dude, stealing votes is the way to go. That's how you win elections, even in America. That's just what you do. So yeah, steal away.
Vote more than once. Vote as many times as you can, and bring your dead relatives.
Dude, yeah. I traveled. Did you guys see that post where on was it Beto O'Rourke, where I said, like, I just moved from California yesterday. I just got in line. I'm voting for Beto. And like, I had 85 comments. Like,
yeah, I did see that.
That was art.
That, like, how long ago did you commit to that, to the like political trolling? Because it's so funny. It's been like it's the best ongoing bit on Twitter, I think.
Like, so I try to keep it pretty even, right? Because I'll be honest, I hate politicians. I hate Washington. Like, I think there's some good points that both sides bring up, but like, I hate it all. So I try to be pretty even. You know, I go after Lauren Boebert, and then I go after AOC, and then I go after Bayo, and like, you know, whatever. But like, I try to do it all. So like, I just try to get them where their followers are going to freak out. That's all I care about. Like what is going to strike at the heart of their loyal, dumb followers, and that is what I'm going to post.
I was talking about it in one of the other group chats, but I love it how we have like these little militia group chat groups where we send our own tweets in and say, please gas, and then just rinse the shit out of everyone. It's awesome. It's so dumb, I love it.
It helps. It really helps.
Gets the job done. I mean, fuck, you do not have a lot of losses on your resume.
No. Now that Bob's gone, there's one less person to ratio people in Vikings Twitter. Like, I'm just saying, like, as much as like it pains me to say that Bob is dead, that's one less person we have to worry about ratioing us. So, I mean, really, like, it is a painful loss, but is it really?
Upon his resurrection, I'll make sure that you are his first and greatest ratio.
Oh God,
done, Bryce.
I'm done. I'm done for. I'm deactivating.
It's going to be a holy ratio. Like, he's coming back from heaven, and he is going to just ratio you so where it's holy ground after you're dead.
Oh my God, I'm ready for it. I'm honored to be the sacrifice for Bob Netherlands.
Bob's always been like we've always been pretty cordial with each other, Bryce. So that would be a tough one for me not to contribute to, especially just for the bit.
That's fine. As long as it's the homies, I don't really care.
Oh, dude, yeah, like Travis Allen ratioed me like 300 to like 5, and like I liked it. I had to help the ratio. It was just so good. Like,
right.
Oh yeah.
Travis is playing on easy mode. He's got how many 100,000 followers? He's unbeatable.
He's unbeatable. He's a Twitter celebrity.
He's the trump card. Yep. I pretty much try to keep my distance there for the most part.
Rasta,
he's a good guy though. I really like him. He's cool.
He's great. Rasta, you have a lot of bits on Twitter. One of my favorites, well, my favorite on all of Twitter actually, is RastaPort.
Oh man,
RastaPort in particular has had an impact on my life. I have had real life friends who have never used Twitter send me RastaPort screenshots. I've had my own father, who will be listening to this episode, send me RastaPort screenshots asking if it's real. And I I have immense respect for that. I want to know if you've had a favorite Rastaport moment.
Oh man. My favorites are the ones where people like I really like. So I think Twitter's actually started throttling me. It was earlier this year when they started throttling me, so I'm not able to get past a few of the humps of the algorithm. But I will say my favorite was in the beginning, when things were picking up steam about like 5-6 months ago, and I would get DMs from people that just have a screenshot from their group of friends that say, "You got us." And like there was some woman from I think 5 Eyewitness News or something like that like quote tweeted me and like tried debunking me and saying that it never happened. Larry Fitzgerald Sr., God bless him, but he fell for my shenanigans a few times. And I don't think he ever took down the tweets. I think they're still up. They're somewhere in there. But I would say John Kramer blocked me, or Tommy Kramer blocked me. He added me and then retweeted me and then realized it was a joke, and then he would unfollow me and delete the tweet. I got him 2 more times. 2 more times.
You run, but you can't hide.
Yeah. And then finally on the last one, like, he just was like, "Fuck it, I'm done. I keep falling for this. I'm too old." And like, just block me out. No message, no anything. Just like, you're done, Rasta. Like, I'm a Vikings great, but I'm done with you. Like, there's no greater compliment to have one of the Viking greats from old say that declare that they're done with you just by blocking you. Like, you fooled them too many times.
Were you guys aware that on the Cum Thomason account that I run, Bud Grant followed me at one point? Like, I saw the screenshots because I was losing my mind when
That's
I saw
so funny.
And he eventually realized, like, because I added him to the Smoke Circle group chat or something, and started like telling him to like get active in there and like just be like, "Yo, Bud, send us a picture of you chiefing some shit." And he did not. I lost it all that day, and I was so sad.
You got to think like, okay, so here are these guys that played through some of the most violent, I wouldn't say maybe the most violent, but pretty violent eras of football where the protection was lacking either in rules or equipment. And they just come to this generation of fans that we're just complete degenerates. Like, like we don't give a shit. Like, Cum Thomason, are you serious? Like,
there's like that's the football era of like dignity and honor in the game, and we're the era of like literally not having shame. So it's been a clash. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's got to be
shameless shit posters. Like, oh, the whole Vikings team doesn't like me. I don't give a fuck. I'm showing up for the game. Like, I don't care. Like,
I'll still cheer loud too. I love them.
All right, so should we move on to shithead of the week?
Let's do it.
Rasta, are you
Okay.
familiar with shithead of the week?
It's been a minute, guys, so refresh my memory.
Anybody from Twitter, from real life, from media, from whatever you want, who's been a shithead this week that you've noticed? And if you got to find one, no worries. We can go through ours first.
Yeah, I'll start. I actually, I had one, but I think you guys are gonna take it. But my shithead of the week goes to the person who freaking sideswiped my car in the parking lot at work today and didn't leave any contact information whatsoever. Just like my mirror was folded in because like my car, the mirrors fold in. And so I was like, what the hell? And I saw there was like brown scuff marks on my mirror. I was like, are you shitting me? And so, yeah, whoever hit my car, you're my shithead of the week. So fuck off, man.
I heard it was a Packer fan.
Probably. They don't know how to drive
Assholes.
or have a winning football team. So
I didn't know crime like that happened in Iowa.
yeah, me neither.
Hit and run, serious business.
Serious
Did you pick
business.
the cornfield?
So, Slime Ball, who's your shithead of the week?
Well, I guess my shit out of the week, I'm just gonna have to give it to myself because I had AJ Brown ahead of Justin Jefferson in just a little, it was just a little thing. It was a little thing that Theo Ash tweeted about. I can't remember exactly what the tweet was, but it was something about AJ Brown and Devontae Adams and Stephon. No, it wasn't those two. I can't remember who it was now. Jamar Chase maybe was one of them. And I said I agreed because I mean they're just such a different breed of like physicality and route running. But I have to eat it and give myself shit out of the week because that was like a fucking god awful take. Justin Jefferson's really good. He's top 3, but sometimes you swing and miss.
You still stand by that take?
Do I stand by it still? Well, I tweeted it like a couple of days ago. However, I have already made sure to let everybody, all of our listeners, know that I am somebody that changes opinions very quickly. So, yes, I will be rescinding that take. No, I do not still agree with it. So yeah, I'm your bozo. At least I'm one of them.
It's a graceful letdown. You were going to be my shithead of the week, but not anymore.
I'm glad I got in there before you.
Yeah, you were given the runaround on Twitter for sure. So I don't have too much to add.
I got ratioed to hell. Yeah, a lot of dozen times. Who was it? It was Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, and who was
Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah, Tyreek Hill. Well, Tyreek Hills.
Tyreek, I understand, but the other two, no.
Yeah.
No, get out of here.
I like how you specified that you didn't want attention to be drawn to it, and then I like a couple of people.
Yep.
It wasn't that bad, and then all of a sudden everybody was there just staring at you like.
That's because
I thought I was gonna get away with it. That wasn't for you.
Boof, you're the reason why. Because Slime was like, I don't want attention brought to this, like being sarcastic or whatever. And Boof was like, oh, just wait. And then he freaking quote tweeted it, and that's why it blew up. So Boof let you down again.
No,
I think Boof, you're my shit out of the week, man.
What? There were people there before I quote tweeted it. In my defense. Okay, listen, I wasn't the main cause of the attention being drawn to it. People were outraged over your egregious take.
It would have stayed confined to its little bubble. My other Vikings
if you didn't mention it.
See it.
It was in Theo's replies. Somebody would have seen it.
Well, I mean, touche.
But not people he interacts with daily.
I digress. Yeah, exactly. See, I made myself. Boof made me look a fool in front of my friends. Made me look like a idiot in front of my friends. It's okay. I deserve it. I take it on the chin.
All right. My shithead of the week. I've had a bunch of requests for this guy. I've never had requests for shithead of the week before. It's Steve Patrick. We talked about him a little bit. He was the referee who Ed Reeded the shit out of Cam Bynum. It can't be anybody else. That dude, like I said, we see the stills. He picked Cam Bynum. He selected that angle. He lowered his shoulder. He drove through the tackle. What are you doing?
It was like a good form tackle.
It looked like a guy who had been playing safety for 20 years.
He should have really honestly that was a flag. No, that was a penalty. He got there early. That was OPI.
I thought it might have been targeting. I don't know.
I think the thing that pissed me off the most about it is they said, oh, that's a field play. Like it's a part of the football. I'm like, what are you talking about? How is that not how can we not get like a replay or like a replay of the last down or something when that happens?
I kind of a little bit agree with that. It's part of the game, but that was it was egregious though. So it's tough. It's tough. It's weird,
way, man.
My buddies and I always joke about how there should be a dumbass rule where some dumbass shit happens that you get a replay, or a cool rule where if a guy made a play that was really dope, but he didn't quite get his second foot in, it should still just be a catch because it was cool as fuck. So I stand by those two rules in your defense.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I do have to give him a little bit of credit because I had Curtis Samuel in my draft or in my FanDuel lineup, and it wasn't looking so hot. I heard Slime's take from last week that slot receivers just tear us to shreds. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a flyer on him. Low cost. It'll end up okay. It was not okay. He was ass until that play. Scored a touchdown. He got 12 points off of it, and he helped me win $45. So
Like
thank
we
you very
drew it
much, Steve Patrick. Thank you very much, Curtis Samuel.
up. Still your shit out of the week.
Still my shit out of the week. Oof.
Oof.
Let's hear it, Boof.
Mine. No, I feel like I
Be
have.
careful with your words.
Never is.
What? Listen, listen. The editor will save me. The editor bails me out no matter what I say. Actually,
Dude, the editor cannot beat cancel culture. I'm sorry.
the editor.
The editor's undefeated. I'll just say that.
You know what? So I'm kind of back and forth here. I was gonna say Mr. Slimeball. I was gonna say you because of the JJ take, but then
Yeah.
you walked it back in a really graceful manner. So
Well, thank you. I'm kind of a politician when it comes to bad takes because I'm very used to it.
we are both politicians. Matter of fact, campaign advertisement moments. Vote for the
Say that again.
campaign advertisement moments.
What?
I can't understand what you're saying.
What? What's going on? You can't
Say it again.
campaign.
Champagne.
Campaign.
Like political campaign.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I went stupid there for a second.
Wow, I'm kind of impressed.
What are you impressed by, Rasta?
What's that?
What are you impressed by? What are y'all making? Are y'all making fun of me right now, bro? You guys making
No,
fun?
I just say words and people react to them, and we just go from there.
That's real.
That is real. I know.
Splash.
We've talked about that with Forrester. How like we don't really say anything particularly interesting, and for some reason people like interact with us. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Campaign
You know
advertisement.
why? It's the chemistry. That's why. The chemistry is good.
That's what it is. I think all of
Yeah.
Vikings Twitter has fairly good chemistry too. which
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
we play off each other well. Sorry, but if I don't mean to keep cutting you off.
Vote for me or I'll kill you. Nowhere to find RNP in the primaries. We'll be there. Me and Slimeball. We got a whole lot of people in power with us.
We're gonna get subpoenaed, dude.
I will find you and I will kill you.
What?
Okay. He's
All
not
right.
gonna. It's figurative.
Yes.
No, that's literal.
with kindness. With kindness.
Check his timeline. We'll see.
That's figurative. We would never do anything like that. But it's really actually not figurative. So vote for us multiple
No.
times.
In all legitimacy. Hold on, Rasta. What is your campaign? What are your campaign promises? I'm intrigued to hear this.
Oh, it's the same thing every year.
No, what
Free
is
shit posting. Free shit posting.
uh-huh.
And bringing Vikings Twitter together. Somebody who's drama free other than the Sharon War. And, which that was totally worth it, by the way. Totally worth it.
Yes, it was. She deserved that.
Yeah, she did. And, she did an amazing back pedal, which the Oracle Rick Sosa tried doing the same back pedal, and it didn't work out for him either.
That was a miserable back pedal. That was so bad.
Yeah,
But-
he blocked me on Twitter.
Did you call him Oracle? He really likes that.
No, so when Hila was like, "Oh, the woke Vikings like radio group won't let me be part of the bilingual team or whatever," and I quote tweeted him. I was like, "Homie, there's nothing woke about it. You don't even work with the radio company."
Yeah, they like contracted a company to help them with that. It wasn't like
And then after that, he
wasn't an
blocked me.
accident, man.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
It wasn't a Make-A-Wish thing. It was a real thing that they put together. That leads into your shit of the week, doesn't it, Boo?
Yes, he's gonna be my shithead of the week because he didn't walk it back in like an acceptable manner. Like he could have gone 80 billion different routes. There are infinite possibilities. He could have been like, guys, it was a joke, and not like a legitimate, just like, yeah, no, I was trolling y'all. And we would have been like, okay, that's kind of funny, low key. That's the funniest thing he's ever said on Twitter because he's not funny. He's not like that. Stuff. But instead, he was like, nah, guys. I was trolling to clear out the timeline of weirdos. That's what I was doing. I was making sure that I don't have any terrorists following me.
Like, it's just so cringy. Like,
It's so bad. It's like when somebody will post on Instagram, they'll post a selfie on Instagram and be like, accidentally took this, didn't realize my front camera was open. It's like, just post the selfie and move on. Just post your troll and move on. Or don't.
Dude, right? Just own it up. Like, I screwed up because I got rosted and I kept it up. Like,
You
you know, like, you got to own it. Like, it's all good. Like, you're not going to get crucified if you own that stuff.
Dude,
Right on
yeah.
the chin.
I got by that fake Shefty report too. I was like, oh my
So
God,
good.
no way.
I legit thought and the thing is, it's so believable. Josh McDaniels sucks as a coach. And
Yeah.
like, he gets fired and you're pretending to be Shefty. Of course, I'm going to like and retweet that. Like, you know.
See the Fields one.
The Fields one?
Justin Fields has been suspended by the Chicago Bears for violating the disciplinary policy by supporting and promoting an anti-Semitic video or something.
Dude, he was getting away with some bangers, man. Like, he really was.
Did he get sussed out now?
Yeah, he's gone. He got wiped off.
Elon.
Elon
Locked
wiped
of
him.
many.
Yeah, Lock to Many made Drew Lock one that said, welcome to Minnesota or something like
It's
that.
like Minnesota, let's roll. As
Yeah.
Drew Lock. That was great. Did you guys see the Steelers one that said Kenny Pickett fucking died?
That's like especially macabre after like they already have had a quarterback die in that room.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a little fucked.
And this is all on the first day. What's in store for the rest of the week?
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Kirk
It's
Cousins
gonna
has
be a fun week on Twitter. Elon announced that he's doing dumb stuff and he's gonna be doing cool stuff and he's gonna just work it out. So
Did he
like,
say that?
yeah, he said that.
Oh my
Like,
God, dude.
so
Just do the cool stuff.
dude, just bring back Bob Netherlands. That's all I care about.
Honestly,
And on his case.
if he brought back Bob, I could get over everything else if he just brings back fucking Bob. Doug said that if you just like report your account like a billion times for 2 weeks straight, it'll
Like
come,
if you appeal it, yeah.
or appeal it, yeah. So
If you appeal it, what?
If you appeal it like every day for like 2 weeks straight, you'll get your account back. That's how Doug got his account back.
All right, I'm gonna get down in prayer and hopefully Bob Netherlands hears my prayers.
Can't you like text him?
No, he's dead.
Oh, he died?
Ooh.
I thought he
Yeah.
just. Oh my
He
God.
got
Oh,
whacked,
got-
dude. He's
He
there
got
with Kenny Pickett now.
whacked. No.
Twitter snipers. They sent him. He was about to fire off another tweet posing as Matt Burke, and they shot him through the window.
No.
Uh,
Bob Netherlands is dead in Minneapolis. Holy shit. So much
at
more
least,
serious than I imagined.
at least we got to meet him before he got kaputzed.
That was wild. Yeah, we got to meet Bob Netherlands. That was so sweet. Oh.
Oh
Got
God.
Before he died
Cool.
too. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
We were probably
So
some of the
good.
last people to see him before he died.
Yeah.
Well, his wife probably, but
Some
Oh.
of the last people to meet him.
yeah.
Let's lift up the Netherlands family in prayers at this time.
Everyone. So should we move on to Bill's game preview? I'm kind of intrigued by it because we have a whole bunch of shit up in the air.
Before we
do.
do that, did we catch Rasta's?
Oh,
shit
we
of the
didn't.
week?
Oh, we didn't. Yeah, you're right. That's my bad.
Oh, dude, no, that's good. I'll be quick. I would say at Netherland Pack is my shithead because he's the murderer of Bob Netherlands.
Yep.
And my dog's being a little shithead too. She won't let me do my little podcast in peace. Will you, pup? And then I would also say Elon Musk is my shithead of the week because as of right now, Ian Rostapor is dead. Like he can't come back.
No.
Otherwise, I get suspended. And like I
No,
care
we
about
can't.
my Twitter account. Like I can't do that. Like
No. You absolutely cannot. You do not have our permission.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think Vikings Twitter could survive without Rasta.
God damn, he killed. Did the same person that killed Bob Netherlands kill Ian Rostaport?
No, I mean he would in a heartbeat.
He's a cold-blooded killer.
He is like he gloated about it like he would cut my throat the second he gets a stick in his hands, like of course, like so I can't make any bad moves, guys, like so
No,
that's why
you gotta be careful.
he and Elon are my shitheads of the week.
Two very good choices, and I think that maybe we could all four of us just amend to also accept the murder of Bob Netherlands as our shitheads of the week.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, it's agreed upon then. We have to get that guy or gal or
Yo, what if it's Matt Burke's burner?
that would be layered.
Oh my god.
That's some
would be
X-Files shit.
I'll investigate.
Dude.
I'll report back.
Vikings Twitter goes deep, dude. Like
It does.
it's gonna become a Netflix documentary. Like, dude, the deep state of Vikings Twitter is coming after us.
Matt Burke sent to DDoS.
God. They know we're talking right now. They know our VPNs.
Well, if this is goodbye, it's been a fun ride.
It has. It has, in fact. But you know what? It's not goodbye because we're going to fight back. The Vikings Twitter deep state is the Vikings Twitter surface is stronger than the deep state in this case, I think.
Amen.
They can't stop our Bills game preview.
Can't stop our Bills game preview. And we will bring shit posting back one way or another. I have to march on Elon myself, I will.
Well, with all that being said, do we want to get into that?
Bills game preview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What do you think, Rasta?
Bills game. All right. So I know the big question right now is whether or not Josh Allen is going to play and what that means for the quality of the win if the Vikings win the game. Right. And I think it's a legitimate question. You've got the best quarterback in the league, if not top three. He might be out, or at least not 100%. And so, people are going to criticize the win if we win, right? They're going to criticize the win even if he's in the game because they're going to say he's not 100% unless he balls out and goes 400 or 500 yards, right? And so we don't have any control in that. If we beat the Bills on Sunday, we beat the Bills. We don't, Josh Allen or not, we play the Bills, we beat them. It's not like we prevented them from taking the field. And if they're really that upset about it, then we'll see them in the Super Bowl, right? And so if we get there, who knows? We have a lot of heartbreak. So, but I really think it's going to be outside Josh Allen, who I think would be fantastic if he were in, because I would like to see how our defense responds to him, right? Because that is such a dynamic, well-balanced offense, well-balanced team in general. I would love to see Josh Allen take the field. I want to see our defense rise to the challenge. But offensively, we're going to be facing the best defensive front we've faced all year. And we're going to see if our offensive line is up to the task, right? Because you've got a ferocious, aggressive defensive front that is going to apply pressure. And we know Kirk can do well under pressure if the offensive line gives them just enough time, right? And so if Kirk is going to, how is Kirk going to react to it if he's going to have time to react, right? Because it really is going to come down to I think the front offensive and defensive line on both sides of the ball about who wins this game. So
right.
We feel so much better knowing we have O'Neal and Darrisaw on either side now that they have
Yeah, they're great.
I also think going off of Rasta's point about the defensive line, I think having a healthy Za'Darius and Danielle Hunter is going to help a lot for our D line. It doesn't look. I mean, I hope Dalvin Tomlinson's back in, but I saw he didn't practice today. So hopefully we get him back. Otherwise, Danielle and Za'Darius are going to have to step up big time on the front end of the line.
Yeah, and I think that really like for any team, I think we've talked about this on the pod probably at some point, but pretty much every Super Bowl winning team is 8 guys deep on both lines of scrimmage. That's something to parrot all the time, but it's like a week to week thing too. I mean, you have to be that deep because just throughout the course of the year, people get hurt, and luckily we've had really good play so far from like James Lynch and some of those other guys that are playing rotationally. So yeah, if the defense isn't for some reason really what I'm worried about, even if Josh Allen plays, like you go into the game with the same expectation. If Josh Allen plays, you expect them to score 30 points, and you're going to have to score 30 points. That's not going to change regardless of who's playing, if Dalvin Tomlinson's in or not, the way I see it. If he's not playing, then you expect it to be a lower scoring game, regardless of whether or not Dalvin Tomlinson's in, because you're facing Case Keenum. So I think having that huge like sort of skill gap between Josh Allen and the backup really actually eases my mind a little bit, because I really just don't even have to think about it much. Like, it's pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's been talks about like, well, this wouldn't be qualified as a glorious win because we wouldn't be facing Josh Allen. At this point, we have to start looking at playoffs. Like, I will take a win however we can get it to secure our best spot in the playoff. Like, I don't care how we get a W. If we have to play Josh Allen, we get the win. If we play Case Keenum and we get the win this week, I don't care how we get the win. I just want it so we can secure a playoff spot.
Have you guys seen the Bills injury report from today?
No.
Not.
I'm going to go through it here. Bear with me. So we have Josh Allen, DNP, Spencer Brown, their starting tackle, limited, Tremaine Edmonds, DNP, Kyer Elam, limited, Dane Jackson, limited, Matt Milano, limited, Von Miller, DNP, Mitch Morse, limited, Jordan Poyer, DNP, Greg Rousseau, DNP, Roger Saffold, DNP.
Huh.
Ooh.
Is today Wednesday?
It's Wednesday,
Yeah.
so this is obviously
Wednesday
early.
is usually veteran rest day, though, isn't it?
Yeah, there are 3 veteran rests. That's Von Miller, Mitch Morse, and Roger Saffold. But
That's
Morse
the
and
only 3.
Morse and Saffold also have other designations as well. Von Miller's the only like single like just vet rest. The rest are like Matt Milano. He's like an all-pro this year. Like Tremaine Edmonds is a beast. Like they're missing a bunch of like important players here.
So that brings up another question. How do you think people would react if we do beat the Bills? Do you think people are going to say it's not a quality win because of their defense wasn't fully healthy? Does that come into anybody's mind?
I think Allen is the big one. I think if Allen doesn't play, then people are more reluctant. But if they're missing like 3 guys on defense, I think people aren't really going to notice, because the Bills' defense is really deep. They're really good.
Right.
And like Matt Milano would really hurt if he wasn't playing, for example. But it's not like they're missing Josh Allen.
Right.
I think the thing with the Bills is that they run a quality program from the top down. McDermott has that program like a fine-tuned, what is that? What's that from Waterboy? It's like finely tuned athletic machine, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a finely tuned athletic machine. And your backups are expected to step up. If you're a backup defensive guy on the defensive front or a rotational player, you're getting in the game, right? And so you're contributing to that team win. And so, if you're replacing maybe a top inside defensive line or something like that, that's not going to, and of course I'm not a math magician here, but I would argue that, the odds of victory don't sway that much in either direction if you have a few more rotational guys in because another guy is out, or a guy or 2 are out on defense, right? But the magnitude of not having your starting quarterback in does make a huge difference. It truly does. But if people say, if we won against a defense that wasn't at full strength, okay, we'll take it. Like, that's fine. It's still a defense, and it's still a well-coached defense. We've had games where our defense wasn't full strength and our offense wasn't full strength, but we were there. And so this is the game of football. It's a team effort. Even the guys on the sideline itching to get in the game.
Yep, 100%. And like that's kind of the way I see it too, is like people are obviously going to say what they're going to say about the win if we do get a win. If Case Keenum's in, like regardless, you still beat, what are they, 6-2? You still beat a 6-2 team that's seen as like one of the top dogs in the AFC. I mean, I don't really care, who's playing what in that game. If you get a win in that one, they have to have 22 guys that are really good football players to be 6-2 and to be seen as a Super Bowl contender. Josh Allen alone is not, the reason for that. He's probably about 75% of it. He's really fucking good, but you still got to have 21 other guys around him that are competent. And they have guys that are better than that. They have Stephon Diggs and Von Miller and like all these studs. As long as those guys are some of those guys are in the game, and I'm not ever you're never gonna catch me complain about beating a 6-2 team. And then we have the following weeks, we have really important games against the New York teams and Dallas as well. So
yeah.
we have plenty of chances to like prove how good we are. However we can get it.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that, especially like looking forward. And I know you talked about this earlier in the episode. If we split 2-2, that would be fantastic in these next 4 games. 2-2 would be an absolute dream. Even like, I hate to say it, even if we go on a little bit of a losing stretch, we're still going to be above 500. Like, that's one way to look at it. But I don't see that happening. I think we could finish 2-2 or maybe even 3-1.
I think 3-1's likely, especially with the way Coach McConnell has this team going. We've responded to the challenge, whether it's against a good team or a bad team. Yeah, like we had that one shocker against Philly, but us going against Philly in any primetime game is there's a magical curse that hangs over our heads with that. But we 2-2 is good. I do think we go, the optimist in me says we go 3-1. But let's say we're 2-2 and the 2 losses were within 1 score, right? Like, let's say they're, 3 to 6 points, whatever. As a team, you look at that as unacceptable, right? As you should. You need to respond. The expectation's been met that you win and you win every game. But as a fan, we're allowed to have moral victories here, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we can look and say we went against the top 5 teams and went 2-2, and both of our losses were 1 score losses. I will take our team with that and go to the playoffs. Like, if we can grow from that and get better from that, and the collateral damage is minimal, then why not take that? We can be confident with that. It's their job to worry about it a lot harder than we do. So
Right, for sure. I mean, like, yeah, if you come out of that stretch of games 500 with roughly a 500 point differential too, like, I'm feeling really, really good about that. The only thing that would like cause me concern is if we either drop 3 or 4 of those games, or we get blown out in the losses. Those are the only things that will concern me.
Yeah.
But I really don't expect that to happen. I mean, the team just hasn't looked like that kind of team all year.
Right. And even like when we fall behind, I don't think I've ever like went into panic mode. Like, so far this year, other than the Philly game, because like Ross said, different environment, whatever. But like most of these games that we've been behind or whatever, where we don't score in the 3rd quarter, I'm like, I'm not too worried. I don't know what it is. Like, O'Connell has me feeling like everything's gonna be okay. And that's so good to feel. I don't know why I feel like that, but maybe it's just like the vibes with the team.
Their 4th quarter resiliency is like huge. Like, that is so massively important to show week after week that you can, score when you need to and score when it counts. I don't like getting complacent in the middle of the game, but I think that that's something that can change, when you get into some of those tighter playoff games. But yeah, I mean, I'm super encouraged right now because they're scoring early and then they're scoring late. So that middle period, that's a question mark, but it's really good to be able to sandwich that on, 24 points in the 1st and 4th.
I also just one more point here. I was gonna say I also don't think they mind being complacent because we got our fucking great punter Ryan Wright that can flip field position. So it could just be part of the game plan too. I hate saying that, but it's just like it is. They might just be complacent or they're just still trying to figure it out. But we have Punt God on our side, so
we're blessed.
My favorite unit.
I think I don't know if we actually get complacent during you would say the middle of the game. I think a lot of that has to do with coming out of the third quarter, we're adjusting to their adjustments, right? And so that takes time. And our offensive coordinators are, the offensive team is, they're calling plays that trying to score and go downfield while also analyzing what they're doing to make it easier to go downfield the next time, figure out what works. That's their job. Their job is to calculate, analyze, and apply. And so same with defense. And so, I would like us to be firing on all four cylinders, so to say, like we do in the first quarter and the fourth quarter. But I don't think we're not doing that. It's just the other team's playing football too. And so when it came down to the wire, we're able to get things done, and we can answer in clutch moments now, which we were not able to do last year. Not at all whatsoever. We might lose a few clutch games, but we know we're going to go for it. And we know that, we've got a winning record in the clutch right now. So this team knows how to respond, and that's a reflection of the coaching staff, and it's a reflection of the players responding to their leaders. So I think it's awesome.
100%. And it's like such a different vibe than it was last year too. Like even just watching some of the like sideline videos and stuff, everybody just like doesn't really seem freaked out. And I don't know, I felt like the last couple of years I was watching Vikings games, and like the fourth quarter would roll around, and I don't know, obviously can't speak for the players, but I've got to roll in my seat a little bit. I haven't felt that at all this year, which is cool.
Yeah, sure. They're definitely enjoying the game this year, and they're going out. They've just got fire under their, they've got fire in them now, right? And I think, God bless the Zimmer family right now, and I'm not going to be malicious or anything, because I know the Zimmer family is going through a lot. It just, I think it was just, it really is a difference in coaching and attitude and approach. And so Zimmer had lost his way, and I think the team needed some youthfulness, and look how we were able to respond. I think it just a complete washout, and bringing in this fresh culture has completely reflected the performance on the field in the toughest moments.
Yeah, I would totally agree. I was a huge proponent of, everybody was like, well, what's going to happen? We're going to be like a 6-11 team. I said, we don't really know. Let's see what the culture's like during the off season and during OTAs and stuff. And I just like all the reports coming out of OTAs in the off season was like, there's a vibe to this team that's gonna be different than in the past. And so like I'm loving the culture that we're seeing, because we're getting big Kirko after every away game. So hopefully we win against the Bills and we get to see him with grills, because I would love to see Kirk in some grills after the game on Sunday.
Yeah, that would be a sight to see if he got some grills. I don't know what else they got nowadays either, but just add more chains. Fuck it. Add more chains. Yeah. See what happens.
Are we at home or are we on the road for the Cowboy game?
We're at home.
We are at home.
Okay, I wanted to wear a cowboy hat.
It's America's game of the week.
See, it's a problem when we're at home games, because all of the best Kirko clips are coming from the plane ride home.
Right.
So I'm nervous about the home games.
The plane must be like some weird like esoteric chamber where like guilt don't exist, because he doesn't seem to be particularly keen on that stuff outside of the plane cab.
Yeah, well, Julie's not on that plane, so it's easy for him to let loose.
I can't wait for his kids to go back and see these videos of their dad.
Dad, is that you?
You get a six-pack, dude. Damn, Dad, you look fucking good too.
Yeah, I never knew that. That shocked me once I saw that. I was like, Kirk is ripped.
He's still a pro athlete, I guess. Much as he doesn't look like it sometimes.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you guys about the Vegas lines for this one, because I'm kind of surprised. The over/under is set at 43.5. The Bills are favored by 3.5. That's
really high.
Really high.
You think so? 43.5.
With
that's like 22.
I
guess that is only like 22, like 24 a piece.
So they must be thinking that Allen's not playing. Which
it seems like, yeah.
Or at least they're taking into account that both of these teams know how to play defense too.
True.
Right? So
it's not like the Bills haven't like had their shitter games too. Like what do they score? Like 17 against the Dolphins, 17 against the Jets, something like that.
Yeah, they haven't looked good lately.
Yes.
Like recently, that was last week, right? They got beat?
Yeah. That's why I'm scared about the Jets. Everybody's like, the Jets are gonna jet. I'm like, the Jets aren't even a bad team this year. Like,
I
No,
just
they're
feel like
good.
the Jets,
They're
the
much
Giants.
better.
I think the Jets and the Giants are the same team. Like, kind of mediocre on offense with decent weapons, not a great quarterback, and then
but good defense. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the teams look very similar to me this year.
What a great time for the state of New York when it comes to professional football.
It's been a long time coming too. I generally don't cheer for New York sports, but I do feel
Actually,
my Eli thing.
technically, if we want to be technical, it's New Jersey that's having good sports because Buffalo is the only team in New York.
Well, they're having a good year too.
Don't walk into New York anytime soon because they're gonna get you for that one.
Probably. It's all right.
All right. We got final score predictions from everybody.
I have a final score prediction. I think that whether Josh Allen plays or not, I don't really know why. I just think this is going to be the game we're going to win by 2 scores. I don't really get why I think that because it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I think we're going to win 31-21. It just feels weird, like a weird one to me. Like I thought the Washington game was going to be weird. It was going to be a 1-score game, and it was. And it just like everybody's looking at the game as, if Josh Allen plays, we're screwed. And if Case Keenum plays, there's this weird like Minnesota juju where it's Case Keenum to Stephon Diggs, and it's a game that we're destined to lose. So I'm just going to go against all of that shit because the universe is a strange, vast, lonely place. And for some reason, after this crazy whirlwind of a 7-1 start, this is going to be the game that we have no doubt about.
All right. I like your enthusiasm.
Wait till my next couple predictions.
I'm not going to say that we're going to have a 2-score game. I think it's going to be another close game. I think it's going to be another 17-20 game this week, honestly. Even if Josh Allen does play, he's going to be playing with a sore UCL, which is his throwing elbow. And that's going to come in. That's going to hurt him a lot if he does play through that. I think our defense has a great game this week, and I'm gonna have a bold take that our defense has a pick 6 this week. We're gonna see a pick 6 this week.
You want to take a flyer on the player?
My
Well done.
gut is telling me Harrison Smith.
He won't bring it back. He's too far back usually when he catches it.
But we could be in like their territory.
True.
Like, and when they're driving the field, my gut is telling me Harrison Smith is going to have his 4th interception. So, and it's going to be pick 6.
I love it.
He doesn't have one in his career apparently, so I would love to see. Oh wait, no, that's not true. He's absolutely got one.
Yeah,
I was going to say, yeah. He definitely has
Disregard.
Back when he used to play in the box all the time, he used to cover the tight ends and shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I take a flyer on a pick 6 if there happens to be one this game?
Yeah, let's hear it.
We're gonna go with Andrew Booth Jr. because he's finally gonna get his first significant playing time this year. He's a rookie, so there's some weird juju, and he's also very handsy and aggressive. So he seems like the type of guy that might be able to jump around early.
He's extremely aggressive. That's probably a safe pick.
My score prediction for the game is Vikings 35, Bills 23.
Wow.
Yes. Oof. Embrace it.
That is confident.
I think that Caleb Evans is going to have a multiple pass deflection game, and Andrew Booth's going to get burnt for a long touchdown because he's going to be aggressive and try and jump something. But I also think he'll play pretty well overall.
Stephon Diggs is going 5 catches, 52 yards, no touchdowns.
I'm actually, so I hope that's true because one of my good friends is a Bills fan and he's coming over to watch the game with me, and I want to rub it into his face. And I think JJ is going to have 150 this week.
You're
Have
right.
150.
I actually kind of think they might scheme up JJ pretty good.
That's all right. We got Hawkinson now, so
We got
they had
Mhm.
teams have to pick their poison now. That's the thing I love about this team. Like Dalvin Cook, Hawkinson, Thielen, and JJ. If KJ could step it up, that'd be great. But
I would love for KJ to be better. That would be huge. But it doesn't matter when you have 4 other guys that are dope.
right.
My final score, I don't know. I feel like such a downer. We're so high on this game. I don't think the Vikings are going to win this game.
That's
You
fair.
know? They're not going to go 16-1. I'll say that right now. I think this is probably the hardest game left on the schedule. And we've talked about it a little bit, but they've been winning games because they've found ways to win when it really matters. And all of those times, it feels like they've played against somewhat shitter teams with definitely shitter coaches. The Bills have neither of those. They have a good, stout roster, and Sean McDermott is a good headsy coach. I think this is going to be 21-10 Vikings. I think the offense is going to score on the opening drive again, like they always do. And
Vikings?
I think, yeah, the Vikings.
Vikings win?
No. Vikings lose.
Okay.
They score 10. Bills score 21. I think the defense does well, but I don't think it really matters, Allen or Keenum. I think that the offense is just not going to be able to get it going. It's going to be a cold away game. Bills defense, like we've been talking about, they're good. I think this might be our second loss, fellas.
Yeah, I
Hey,
respect
hey,
it.
I was gonna say I respect it. You're being a realist. But somebody's got to be a realist here, so I respect it.
I was right about the Eagles game.
You've been right about like every game. So
I'm 7-0 this year. Yeah,
the Vikings are looking very hot at the moment.
right? So we'll see though. I mean, it's easy when you're only picking between two teams and you pick the one good team that we've played to beat us. So
All right, Rasta, what's your final score prediction here?
All right. So, all right. So I think you were the one that said 21-10 Buffalo.
That's right.
All right. So I think if this were last year's team, you would be absolutely right. I think you would be right on the money. In fact, it's kind of scary because I can feel that vibe, right? But I think here's my prediction. Vikings win 31-29. Bills score with 0 seconds left in the fourth. They failed the 2-point conversion when passing to their tight end going out from the field of play. That's what it's going to do. He's going to go. They're going to line up. Tight end's going to be on the right side. He's going to do just a small little, out route, nothing special. He's going to, whichever quarterback is in, is going to line up and throw to him, and someone's going to deflect it. Our defense is going to deflect it, and it's going to be game over. I also think Caleb Evans is going to get a quarterback sack this game. I don't know who it's going to be.
Let's go.
He's going to get a QB sack. I bet you we get a little more creative on defense, and that includes corner blitzes.
yeah,
I would hope so. I miss those so much.
he seems like the quintessential guy that they would like give an opportunity to as well after he played so well last week, and he's a rookie and he's like the fan favorite. And
I was gonna say he had some big tackles for us last week.
he was awesome last week, dude.
Yeah. That pass breakup on 4th down, that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
That was huge for us.
He had a big run stop too on 2nd and 3rd down, and another break. He was awesome, man. Yeah, I would love to see him get a sack. That'd be electric.
Yeah, I saw something on Twitter earlier this week. It was about the Shrine Bowl and that he was, or the Brees's Bowl, whatever, the Senior Bowl, that's what it is. That he was like the star breakout athlete. Yeah. And I was like, let's fucking go. I hope that's true for us. Like, did we get the breakout athlete? And last week he showed that he can ball. Like, he can ball with the defense.
He's legit. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
He's legit.
Oh yeah, Rasta, I love that prediction. If it hits, I'm starting a new church in your name. That would be unbelievable.
It'll be. I think that's going to be that. That's just what I'm feeling, man. I think that's what we're going to get.
Did something like inspire you to come to that conclusion, or is that just you're just feeling it?
I'm just feeling it. I think. So I think what comes to mind is Alabama LSU. From last year or last week, they had a very similar game, but LSU scored when hitting that tight end, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Buffalo is going to pull something similar with 0 seconds left in the fourth, and it's just not going to go their way. So it's going to be an exciting game. Kevin O'Connell is going to get those guys fired up to play in the cold weather. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a scary game, but we pull it off 31-29.
I'm about it.
Love it.
So we got good juju in this room. 4 out of the 5 of us are picking Vikings in this one. I like it.
But there's nothing wrong with being a realist for a
No.
theorist over there.
It worked for me that one time. So
I want to be wrong more than any of you want to be right.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm gonna go do at the end of when we're done with the season? I'm gonna go back and listen to all of our score predictions and add up the point differential, including the guests. The guests will be all one entity. But I'm curious to see who is the close, because it's easy to pick the games, I think, as
Right.
to the scores.
Mhm.
Curious to see how we all do on that front.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
super interesting.
We'll see.
All right.
If I get that motivated.
But before we go, I got to lay my 3-game parlay. Lock it in. Vikings money line. I think Hawkinson's going to get his first Vikings touchdown this week because he didn't get it last week. Dalvin Cook's getting a rushing touchdown, and Kirk's getting a QB sneak.
Yup.
So
Love it.
And while you're at it, just smash money line for every game. Pick a team, doesn't matter.
doesn't dip.
Pick money
Yeah.
line.
I'll have my dad throw it on a ton of bets while he's in Vegas.
Yeah. He's got to be our bookie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Run
man.
us up. Rasta, we're coming to the end of our show here. I was just wanted to ask you one more question. Like, I'm sitting here just wondering, like, what does your mom just have like an interesting maiden name or something? I was just curious. Like, that was just something I was thinking about while we were sitting
No,
here.
my family doesn't really have any interesting names or anything like that. We're pretty basic overall.
Oh, no way. Like, yeah, I wonder if we have like the same last name. Like, what would your mother's maiden name be? Like, just out of curiosity.
Oh yeah, let me just dox myself really quick.
Slime is undefeated on the game predictions. He's 0 for 2 on stealing the guest's identity.
Yeah, that's how
He
it
wants to turn that around.
goes. But I'm batting 1,000 on being subpoenaed, so we're doing good.
Well,
That's what it
Rasta, thank you
much
so
fun.
much for taking the time out of your night to join us. This was a blast. So much fun, dude. So good to finally talk to you. Hope you had a good time.
Oh, dude, it was great. I want to be on again. Let's keep this going. So
Absolutely.
Hey, Wes. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ross.
We're gonna do a mega show at some point. You and Forrester will for sure be at the top of the list. This is awesome. You're a deity to us. This was super cool.
oh yeah, absolutely. I'm totally game, dude. Let's do it. I don't know when, but fit me in the schedule again. I'm happy to come on. I'm
For
a great
sure.
marketing tool, by the way. I'm not saying that in a
Oh,
cocky
yes.
way. I know my worth on Twitter right now.
Oh,
You are
yeah.
hot.
Oh,
You're
you
a
have
hot
no
topic.
idea. This
I know.
episode is gonna bang. The metrics are gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
We already know. It's
I'd love to say, everybody pay off Ross's student loans. Joe Biden, I know you
Please.
do a podcast.
Please, I've got like 60 days, guys. I really need those loans paid off.
Mr. President,
He's put in years of work into this, and now time's running out. So please, just we've all donated. Need to get that to Joe.
I wonder if a GoFundMe for my student loans is legal, because if it were, I would totally do it and risk getting put on Tucker Carlson for like all that nonsense. Like, I don't care. I would go for it.
I would donate too.
I'd
I think
donate.
it might work, or at least make it does.
I'd advertise on the show every week.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
I've
We
got
can
like
make it work.
3,100 followers. If each follower donated like $500, that would cover it. That would cover it.
That's
it.
easy.
Yeah.
That's easy
Yeah.
money.
It is.
Easy
It
money.
On that note, I want to thank you again one more time for joining us. This was a blast, and
Thank
we
you
are
so
absolutely
much.
going to have you on again. You've been just so much fun.
is. It was a blast. This is a lot. This is a lot of fun, man. I'm excited to be on here. So let's do it again, boys.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Can't wait to talk to you on
absolutely.
Twitter. To our guests, thank you so much. As we say every week, we love you, because we really couldn't do this without having you guys tune in and give us your input. It's so much fun seeing you guys on the timeline every week, whether that's on our main accounts or on the Purple Fufu. You make the show go around, so we hope you enjoyed the episode. We know Rasta is a big deal for a lot of folks. So soak it in and hit us with any comments you got. Yeah, Skol, and let's go beat the Bills this week.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Skull Vikes.